Now that Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia is now history, the boxing world is now looking for the next big fight at 135 pounds, man. And I believe, in my personal opinion, that Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis is going to be the next big fight at this division. Obviously, we do have Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko coming up here soon, and that's going to be an interesting matchup, and we definitely want to see the winner of that fight match up with any one of these two gentlemen. However, I do think with the pay-per-view numbers that recently came out, I believe it was like 1.4 or 1.5 million pay-per-view buys for the Tank versus Garcia fight. A lot of people believe that the next big fight, skill-wise and numbers-wise, could be Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. Will that fight ever get made? Is it possible? We understand that, we understand Shakur Stevenson is over with the top-ranked ESPN side of things. So we understand that there could be, some difficulties in trying to get this fight to be made, but we definitely know both of these fighters are extremely confident. We know Shakur Stevenson is down to fight anybody. And I want to give my thoughts. What's going on, fight fans, boxing family? This your boy, Get a Mic. Much love, peace, blessings to everybody checking into the channel. If you're new, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson is arguably the best fight that can be made at lightweight now that Ryan Garcia has been disposed of by Tank's impressive 7th round knockout. Unlike Ryan Garcia, Shakur has talent and a true boxing pedigree. Tank Davis would be jumping into the deep end by facing Stevenson, and it would be a massive step up in competition for him. Although Devin Haney versus Tank Davis sounds like an exciting fight, it's probably not going to happen. May 20th would probably be his final at 135 before he moves up to 140. It's getting harder for Devin to make the weight and will be most likely moving up soon. We understand that Gervonta Davis was, he was levels above Ryan Garcia in this past fight that just happened between them two. And I think Shakur Stevenson, in an interview with ES News, he also was kind of explaining how he believes that Ryan Garcia was much less skilled than Gervonta Davis. He said it almost looks like he was elementary at the elementary level in boxing versus I'll put the clip of what he was basically saying about it in the video, hopefully, if I don't forget.
I thought Tank looked sharp. I thought he did everything that I knew he was going to do. I think Ryan is not that good. Like, I ain't trying to, take no credit away from him. I think that he looked very sharp. He did everything he's supposed to do in the fight. But I think with Ryan didn't know his distance. He didn't know how to keep his reach together. And he was real reckless. Like, he was reckless. It's like he didn't watch none of Tank fights. Like, it looked like he didn't watch no fights where he's a great counterpuncher, so he didn't think in his brain, like, okay, let me not just be reckless and wild. And I think that he got a little reckless and wild, and Tank picked him apart. I mean, it looked good. I think that, like I said, Tank looked sharp. Ryan just looked like a preschool, pre-K person. I'm not taking that away from him. I think that Ryan's a good boxer, but I think far as the levels, I think Tank was just on the elite level, and Ryan is not nowhere near elite level.
And so that way you guys can hear it. But we all understand Gervonta Davis was light years ahead of him skill-wise in this fight. Ryan Garcia did get reckless from time to time. He was, trying to stalk the puncher, trying to walk him down. And we understood it would have been good for him to establish his distance or establish, some sort of dominance in his fight. But you still got to fight smart, and you can't just come running at a big puncher, not using your skill set, man. And that's what ultimately got him put down and eventually end up getting him stopped. But the next big fight is, we understand that Shakur Stevenson is a much more highly skilled fighter than Ryan Garcia, which will make a much more interesting outcome in there matched up against Tank Davis. And I really want to see the fight. I would be extremely happy if they was to get that fight made eventually down the line. And then that way we can really see which one of these guys is, really better. We understand that Tank Davis has the knockout power to knock anybody out. Okay, we definitely understand that. And I think that goes for Shakur Stevenson as well. But we also believe that Shakur Stevenson has such superior boxing skills that he could possibly get in there with Tank Davis and make Tank look a little bit elementary himself. I mean, his boxing skill is just that superb. I think Shakur Stevenson definitely takes boxing serious. He takes the sweet science down to a science for real. And I just think the young man has what it takes to beat anybody in or around his division. He is moving up from the lighter weight class, but his recent knockout win, he showed that he definitely has much more power at this weight division. So he's going to be able to put punches where they're needed and really cause pain for his opponents, man. So I want to read a little bit of this article, let the robot come in and do his thing real quick, and then I'll be back with my thoughts and so on and so forth. Now, we definitely understand that Devin Haney is undisputed, or he does have all the belts at 135 pounds. And he definitely has a big fight coming up here with Lomachenko not too far from now. And, but the question remains, man, how long does Devin Haney want to stay at 135 pounds? I didn't see anywhere where he said he was moving up, but we understand that he's a pretty big frame guy. And it may start getting hard for him to, make that weight. So we don't know how long it's going to be. We don't know, just depending on how long it takes some of these fighters to make these fights happen. At that point in time, are we going to be able to get Devin Haney in the ring with a Shakur Stevenson at 135 pounds or even Tank Davis, man? So who knows if that's the case? We'll have to wait and see. But we know right now, just the personality types and the skill types, we understand Shakur Stevenson. He's definitely a very, very well-spoken, talkative kind of guy, and he's not afraid to talk some trash, man. He's a well-liked guy, and we also know Gervonta Davis is also not afraid to get in there and talk some shit from time to time. But in my personal opinion, I don't know who I would have winning that fight because, like I said before, we know Gervonta Davis has the ability to knock guys out, and not only that, but he has explosive power. He has the type of power to go with his speed. He's not just powerful, but he definitely has speed. He has that real fast twitch muscle that can strike you at any time like a snake, man. But we also understand that Shakur Stevenson is also extremely skilled, and he's not at all going to be making big mistakes in the ring, hardly ever. And he knows how to keep his distance. And from what I can see, it seems like the young fella got a chin. So, it's going to be interesting to see if that fight was to ever happen, how would it play out? Will Tank Davis eventually catch Shakur Stevenson and clip him with something and have him knocked out in there? Or, we know he's the taller fighter, or will Shakur Stevenson go in there with Tank Davis and just put on the clinic and Tank Davis can barely hit him because dude just, he's just that masterful at what he do, man. So I want y'all to reach down in the comment section and let me know how you feel about that particular matchup, and who are you favoring in that fight? Do you think Tank Davis will be able to get him, or do you think Shakur Stevenson is just too good? It was good talking with you guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Much love, peace, and blessings. I really appreciate everybody for checking into the video. We will do more videos. I'm trying to start implementing my robot reader just a little bit more, just so we can do videos whenever I can't have whenever I don't have the time to really get in here, man. I'm just trying to keep this thing going for you guys, so that way we don't ever have issues where I ain't making videos, man. So I really appreciate your patience, man. Much love, peace, and blessings, and I'm out of here. Peace.